Hi everyone, and welcome back to Tales of Edeah. Sorry for starting a tiny bit later, but we're all set up and ready to go. And we already did all our introductory stuff, so I'm just going to dive right in. The Tower of Danos, date and time unknown. The Ashen Hearts, hounded by their memories of what lurks deeper within the tower, have escaped their imprisonment. In the process, they learned that the Lady Edeah, Danos' deceased wife, had entered the tower and was actually none other than Patrick Sordenbrand himself, who seems to have somehow convinced the tower's defense systems to recognize him as the lady. Their escape and pursuit of Sordenbrand has not gone without a hitch. Although Jean-Jacques managed to manipulate the tower's teleportation systems to take the Ashen Hearts to the Nexus, the tower's security forces, in the shape of large bronze golems, arrived soon after they did. According to Kyralos, the tower's steward, the four who arrived are only a small part of the tower's contingent, which is slowly coming to life to hunt down the invading Ashen Hearts. However, they have defeated the ones who have appeared, and now find themselves with a brief respite. And perhaps time. Time to plan, debate, and consider their next move. Sordenbrand, as Kyralos says, is unreachable, having last been registered as a presence in Laboratory 1. The tower itself also appears unstable, its instability accelerated by the magic-eating parasites that, according to the steward, have invaded the engine room. What will the Ashen Hearts do next? I think it's time to find out. Now for all of you guys, the room around you is in tatters, the furniture completely destroyed by Jean-Jacques' spell. And as you watch and take stock of the situation, the glyphs around you die down, until only one of the 8 keeps its glow. Kyralos, although a being of pure magic, and only humanoid in shape, but with a plain surface where a face should be, seems nervous as it bobs up and down with an anxious energy. And now my question is to you guys, what would you like to do?
I love that you changed the furniture so that it's all broken up. Baller move.
Yeah.
You made a mess.
They look different.
Still holding my broken rib.
How hard are you? Kyralos, where's that teleportation circle take you to?
That is to the engine room. And it seems to look around at you guys and realizes that several of you have been wounded. Just a moment, I will get a first aid kit. And it just blinks out of existence and disappears, not immediately returning.
When I was activating the teleportation rune last time, you mentioned that there was an option to lock it down or to activate it, if I remember correctly.
What do you mean lock it down?
There was an option like to, if I remember correctly, to kind of like prevent anybody from teleporting to that place, or to activate it so that we can teleport someplace else. Or am I misremembering that?
No, not like prevent anyone from teleporting to a place. Only no, I think what I described was you rebooted it and things like that. So there may be an option to do so, but that is not something you've specifically discovered yet how to do.
Okay. Well, while Kyralos is away, I'm gonna approach one of the golems, and I'm just gonna poke around and see if I can just get a glimpse into like how it was made and stuff. You know, what power source it has, that type of thing.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
16.
Okay. You poke around in one, presumably the one that had actually been destroyed with the chest open, which is easier to get at. And for the most part, it's primarily mechanical. But the engine, which it tried to force, I think, Tani into, that engine is mechanical, but it has a magical core essentially. So where we would use fuel or some kind of gas or petrol, there's literally magic stored in a gemstone that it sits at the core, and through that it seems to be able to manipulate its limbs. In addition to that, you also find embedded in that same quote-unquote engine a small cube with just a six-sided cube that has very tiny engraved, not writing, but some kind of logical symbols on it, very small and many lines, that is reminiscent of something that you discovered a while ago, some months ago, in an underground laboratory elsewhere.
Okay. Are they detachable? Can I
You could
remove them?
remove either of them. You think that removing the actual power core, if we'll refer to it as that, would take a while. You would have to tinker with all of the parts to really get at it and remove it, because there's just no space. It's about like a handball-sized gem, you think, or maybe it's just glass that looks like a gem because of the magic inside. But regardless,
Okay.
that would take presumably, or probably 20-30 minutes of work.
Okay.
But the data cube is more accessible.
Okay.
That one seems to be in a place where you can actually easily remove it because it can be replaced with something else.
Okay. Well, I'll remove that then.
Okay.
And I'll cast Detect Magic, which I can do at will because of my thingy, and see if it's magical in nature.
The cube itself?
Yeah.
It's a good question. It is magical in nature, but it does not have a specific magical school associated with it.
Okay.
It simply is magical, presumably. Some component of it has to interact with the magic inside of the golem in order to function.
I'll begin casting Identify as a ritual on the cube.
Okay. So make sure you can you add the cube to your inventory from the golem, and while Jean-Jacques settles down to cast Identify as a ritual, which will take, I believe, 11 minutes.
11 minutes, yeah.
What are the rest of you guys doing? Kyrillos still has not returned.
I would like to get closer to Jean-Jacques and take another cube from my bag.
Okay.
And just compare the two without touching his cube because he's currently identifying it.
Okay. Make an investigation check as you compare the two to each other.
Yes, sir. That is 12. Just a second. Plus investigation, you say that's 15 in total.
Okay. One thing that strikes you, though you don't know what it means, the cube that you have, the symbols on it are even smaller, almost microscopic. You can just about make out the differences, whereas the writing, I'll call it that, but it's not really writing, it's an engraving. But the symbols on the cube that Jean-Jacques holds are slightly larger, and also have certain roundness to them. Like the characters seem to have more, they seem more elegant, and definitely are of a different script than what is on the cube that you hold. Myra, I'm gonna send you a Discord message.
I was gonna ask about if I saw anything, but no.
I'll grab the cube and say, maybe I should put the cube in the center part of this golem. We get some information about something of old. Who's for it? Oh, I have actually a cube here. There.
Oh, nice. So Barnack is asking the group whether he should put his cube into the golem. Just so you know, Milos, you are very low in frame, so you're barely.
Yeah, I know. Until I finish.
Okay, that's
eating,
fine. Just FYI. Um,
I just figured he was getting really into character.
yeah. I'm a dwarf now.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys say as Barnack suggests this?
I would not put that in a in a golem.
What? Wait. Well. Okay, maybe then the golem would attack us. But maybe we should ask Kyrillos if there's like a place where we can put these and then see what's on them.
Plop. Kyrillos reappears in the center
Just
of the
man I
room.
was looking for.
It responds immediately. It's holding a small chest made of a simple black metal, open, and you see inside there are several bandages and other vials, and you see one larger vial that has a notable and familiar red color to it. And it just kind of looks at you. I am not a man, but I can help you. May I? And it just walks up, I think, to Tani, as you're probably the closest to where it appeared. And it will attempt to fix you, if you allow it.
I will try to help.
Okay.
I'm curious, so I'll allow it.
Okay. There are several devices inside of the toolbox that are unfamiliar to you and are definitely powered by magic. That look almost pen-like. And it begins to apply these to several wounds that you have, and you watch as the flesh just begins to kind of bind together with an unknown agent that just kind of, covers it up with artificial bandages. If you would like, please roll 48 plus 4.
Okay.
Oh, those are some terrible rolls.
Yeah.
So, as Kyrillos struggles with the tool, you regain 12 hit points, and you do feel better as towards the end, it also produces a small, also again a pen-like device that has a sharp point, and just kind of suddenly jams it into your arm, and you're like, whoa! But then there's just a cooling sensation, and it's essentially a painkiller that runs through you and takes some of the pain away. Looks around. May I help anyone else? The master would not be pleased if his prisoners were wounded, even in an escape attempt.
I'm just absent-mindedly to raise my hand as I am preparing my ritual still.
Okay. So as it comes over, and as you're working on the ritual, it begins to work on you. And you can also roll 48 plus 4. And in the meantime, Tani,
That's
Barnack,
more like it.
Myra, what would you like to do?
Kyrillos, do you know where we can read this?
It looks over after it finishes administering the medicine to Jean-Jacques. Most likely Laboratory 2, if you're able to gain access. But that is currently not possible. Most of the chambers in the tower have been shut down, as there is no longer enough power to manage the teleportation.
From the engine room.
That is correct.
And that's also where the strange creatures from outside are, correct?
Correct.
And can you shut down that teleportation thing and turn another one instead?
This would not be possible. The engine room must remain accessible at all times.
Why have not the security forces dispatched those creatures?
They are unable to operate in that chamber. They could damage too much. These creatures are unfamiliar to us, and they have not appeared before, so the Master has not left any contingencies to protect the engine from them.
Nicola, did Jean-Jacques explain that the power core is like a magical battery?
I think he would have relayed the basics of what you found. Yeah.
Okay. Carlos, is it possible if we took care of these creatures? I don't really want to myself. Could the batteries from these security units be used to help replace the power they've stolen from the engine room?
If you are able to remove the creatures, you will not need to replace anything. It is a continuous influx of magic that is being stifled by the creature's presence. Additionally, I must request, and it kind of looks over at Jean-Jacques, or well, looks, turns its head area towards Jean-Jacques, that you do not vandalize our security agents any further, if possible.
Jacques shrugs.
But if they attack us, we'll have to defend ourselves.
I cannot condone this behavior, but I have no mandate to intervene.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm with Myra on this one.
As you guys are talking, there's a brief flash of green from the left side of the room, from the furthest away. Well, not furthest away, but from the left-hand glyph on the ground. And as it fades, you watch a small figure appear on that glyph. A long-haired cat with mainly brown-black fur mixed with tips of white. It looks chunkier than you might expect, until you realize that it's not actually that big. It seems to have a pair of small hairy wings that were folded against its body, which it now unfolds and begins to fly through the room, seemingly inspecting the wreckage.
Cat.
Cat.
Flying cat.
Flying cat.
I immediately point my arrow at it. Not shooting, but pointing at it.
Rick, I don't think a flying cat is going to hurt us.
Oh, I could, You've ruined a lot of great places to sleep.
I didn't ruin those places. And I just kind of look slightly towards Jean-Jacques.
Mm-hmm. Kyrillos, bring my pillow. And you watch as Kyrillos just disappears for a second and then reappears with a large red velvet pillow that it places on the ground at
What's
the cat's
your name?
instruction. Who's asking? And it just lands, and it lands basically in the middle of you guys.
I'm asking. My name's Myra.
Hello, Myra. I'm Felix. So, you're the ruffians that have been traipsing through the tower? What are you doing here?
Scene would be a big word, but
I mean, you're leaving a mess everywhere you go.
fair.
Danos would not be happy if he knew. I mean, he won't know, but if he knew, he would not be happy. Well, he might know. And it's very strange, because it's a very normal voice coming from the throat of this cat as it looks around, and then just begins cleaning itself in front of you, casually licking at its fur.
Have I finished casting my spell?
I would say you're probably in the middle. You're probably like minute
Yeah.
7 or 8 in at this point. You're getting close, but having to look at this out of the corner of your eye while keeping going, because otherwise the spell will fail. Who
I'm
smells
still
so badly here?
like holding the. Don't want to hurt a cat.
Just looks up towards Myra. Oh, sorry, towards Barnack, and then towards Tani.
I point towards him.
Where's me?
Yeah.
I'm like, oops.
You could have washed in the prison, you know.
There was no. There was no.
That's what the
bucket
buckets are
doesn't
for.
Yeah, the bucket is not big enough for me.
You can ask
I
for
may
more
be
buckets.
short, but well, no one told us that, so that's Kirillos's problem then.
Kyrillos, did you not tell them? And Kyrillos just kind of looks at the cat for a moment, turn his head. I informed them adequately, Master Felix.
Adequately, my ass. Well,
You'll notice that I've cleaned.
I'm Barnack.
Hello, Barnack the Stinky.
Hello,
Although-
Felix the catty cat.
I'm trying to hide a smile because I'm like, the blame is shifted to Barn.
It just kind of is looking up at Barnack, and then just like licking one of its paws, but then it just looks up at Tani. I'm not stupid, you know. I'm a talking cat.
A lot of people who talk don't have a lot of intelligence.
Yes, but those who don't usually talk, and usually do, have a lot of intelligence. And then it just continues to clean, and sit, and not really contribute anything at all to what you're trying to do.
Felix. So yeah, I'm Barnack, and that's Myra, as she said, and we are. Actually, before I tell you who we are, who are you? Why are you a cat, a talking cat
With wings, I add.
with wings?
Why should I be anything else?
Because I haven't seen one before.
So because you haven't seen one of me before, I should not be who I am. That doesn't make a lot of sense, Barnack.
Does in my head it does.
Well,
Well,
I'm
we're not
sure that
asking-
it does, buddy.
We're not saying you shouldn't be who you are, but why? How?
Why are you who you are?
Because I made the choices in my past.
You chose to be a dwarf?
Yes.
Okay. That explains all the bad choices that you made until coming here.
Shit.
And you chose to be half-orc. Human. Handsome.
JJ just chuckles.
Inflating
on the
his
spell.
fucking ego. Like it's not already big enough.
At this point, the spell completes, and you cast Identify on the object. Let me quickly have a look, actually, at the exact wording. So it is... actually, I'll just send you the information on Discord.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys want to do?
Myra's just hanging out by this teleportation circle.
I'll,
Keeping an eye on Jean-Jacques.
I'll get up and kind of put the cube in my pocket and dust off my, pants and stuff. I'm getting Felix and I say, Master Felix, have you been all on your lonesome here for an indeterminate, very long period of time?
Unfortunately, yeah. Kirillos's company, but he's not quite there yet. So yes, it has been me, and it has been a bit lonely.
That must have been very hard for you.
Not really. I like myself.
I can respect that. I like myself too.
I bet you do.
It's 16 on the deception check. Would you be open to telling us a little bit about what's been happening here with what's been breaking down the tower? Because you see, we want to make sure that it doesn't break apart altogether.
Should I? No, I don't think I will. It'll be
That's
fun
bad.
to watch you adventure.
Yeah. Well, I guess it would be nice watching it up from a perch where you are the last thing to get annihilated in this tower if we fail. But you know,
Oh, I
personal
have a way
choices and all
out.
that.
I'm not concerned.
Awesome. A cat has a way out and we don't.
You mean your wings or a door somewhere that we can go out? Or both?
A little bit of both and neither.
Kirilos, how long until the next detachment of
No,
security comes?
Don't ask him questions about longevity. You'll get answers like 3 to 27,000.
I don't know.
Kirilos briefly computes and then answers and says, "Currently, there is no movement possible through the tower, except from here to the engine room and back. Security will not arrive until this is resolved. Please return to your cells." It just kind of interjects almost
Yeah.
perfunctorily.
Okay, Kirilos, could you operate these other portals and make sure that they stay closed, even if the power comes back on? So that only one portal stays on.
This is technically possible, but I will not be able to execute this on your command.
No, on Felix's command.
Master Felix does not command me.
I mean, he did kind of command you to get him his pillow.
I am authorized to perform courtesies. But in this I have a choice. And Felix just kind of looks up at him. Or at it.
So is there any form of armory or weapons closet anywhere in the tower?
That would be in security storage.
And are you able to, because you went and fetched the first aid kit, are you able to go there and back?
I believe I can go there. Why do you inquire?
Well, you see those creatures that are eating up the tower, they're mighty good against magic, and, well, our main non-magic companion's not with us, so it will be pretty much up to Tanya and Barnack to do the heavy lifting, because Myra and I won't be that useful. So I was wondering if there are any non-magical weapons that you might have that are easy to operate and do loads of hurt to somebody. I'd be happy to get a hand of one of those.
You will go into the engine room.
Well, I think so, yes. Ashen Hearts?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I am responsible for your well-being.
You are. You'd be in grave danger.
It just plops out of
Without a way to
existence.
May I request a pillow as well? Okay, fine.
Why?
I just throw an arm, not an arm, a seat, like a chair piece. That's like the cushion part. I just throw it at Barnack.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I mean, it doesn't reach you nor hit you because I can't,
Yeah.
but the gesture is there.
I will pick it up from the 2 feet it fell away from, and then also throw it at Barnack, just so it like hits him in the chest.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a very interesting
you.
group, Felix says.
What stress
Yeah.
does to you?
Felix, may I inquire when you last seen your master?
It's a little hard to tell, considering, as you've probably noticed, not everything goes well with time in this tower. But by my estimations of what I see of the outside world, I'm talking a little bit with the prisoner. I would probably estimate it at about 40-ish years since he left.
Okay.
Was dispersed. It's a bit of a
Dispersed.
complicated story. Don't worry, you won't understand.
That's a smaller number than what Kyrillos says, right?
Kyrillos measures time in a way that is easily ruined, and he does not do well in this environment. Don't pay him any mind. He's not
Have you
conscious
seen this
yet.
other prisoner? Lately?
Oh yes, I just came from there. I had to make a decision whether I would meet you, or stay where it's safe and warm, a little sunny. I should probably not have gone.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just another question, Felix. If you could, or rather, if you were to go to your master right now, would you be able to get to them?
No.
Okay. So they are unreachable for us as well.
In a way.
And, would you go back to the prisoner if you could, or if you wanted to?
It looks around over at the teleportation pad that it took and just shakes its head slightly. Very human-like, or elf-like probably in its case. I'm afraid
Do you
not.
know this? Gotcha. Have they shared their name with you, the prisoner?
We haven't had enough time yet together to go through its whole name, but it's been trying to tell me. You think you can... You think it seems to be smiling almost, the cat. Like it's got a bit of a feral grin on its face that definitely indicates amusement if you read some human emotions into it.
Its name?
Well, what else would you call a son?
Me personally, nothing. I didn't know that they were able to communicate. Sons, I mean.
Oh
A
yes,
son?
indeed. Technically part of a son, but the most important part. The living part.
Okay.
You really have no idea what you've stepped into, do you?
Nope.
What would you do without me? Probably die miserably as soon as you leave this room.
Do you want to join us?
Oh, I will. I want to see what messes you make, and honestly, you're the most interesting thing that's happened in a long time. The sun just kind of... Well, when it's lucid, it's fine. But when it's not, it just raves about destruction and burning and vengeance and, all the things that people rave about when they get captured against their will.
I also have a son.
You do. I did not.
Adopted.
You adopted a son.
Well, I adopted a
Lowercase s. Felix lowercase s.
U or O?
Me.
You're definitely going to die.
So Jack actually laughs like hysterically at that, just like he's dead.
We're all gonna die in this fucking
Can I?
tower.
Oh, I can't. I can't. Well, I mean, you said what would we do without you? Does that imply that you would aid us in any capacity? Because, well, you don't want to talk to us about what's happening, so that would be helpful.
First, I want to decide if it's going to be worth the effort. Because if you die really soon, then I don't want to have spent 30 minutes monologuing and wasted that time.
I mean, that's incredibly fair.
But if you make it through the engine room, then we can have a chat. Provided security doesn't take you in first. Which, by the way, kudos on your handling of this particular situation. And it just kind of looks around at the golems that stand inert around it.
Thanks.
Blop. Kyrillos returns, and you see him, or it rather, holding a large halberd that seems to have like part of what was holding onto it still attached. So it's probably ripped from like a wall decoration. And besides that, it has two axes, two hand axes, and a longsword.
Thanks, kiddos. I don't know, I was imagining something. Well, I don't know.
Ranged.
Wondrous. Yeah.
These-
But,
These are the items I can provide to you for your personal safety. I'm afraid the master is not an elf of this type of weaponry.
makes sense.
Kyrillos, may I take that red potion in the first aid kit?
Yes, please. For your safety. And it actually hurries over and brings it over to you.
And could you also stitch my little graze I have here?
And it looks at the chest. I can administer 2 more doses. So if you wish, and it will retrieve some of its items.
No, next time maybe.
Why don't we wait till after we fix
Yeah.
the engine room?
Yeah. My graze can wait.
As you wish.
Put the band-
The longsword? Is it like fancy elven longsword?
It's a very finely made longsword. It looks quite old. You're not exactly an expert on weaponry, but it looks well made and indeed elven.
Yeah, I'll take it, strap it onto my back or whatever, but I'm never using that thing. I just like it.
Okay,
So
fair enough.
I'll just take it.
It does come with a scabbard, so you can probably just like put it over one shoulder and look very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of like shrug my shoulders. Alright, guys, so,
Yeah, engine room.
Kiddos, could you update us again on how many of these creatures are in the engine room again?
By my last scans, there were 3. But they
You
have.
said one larger or 2?
These are the larger ones that have fed on both the energy and on their fellows to take as much in as possible.
Kevin, which potion did I get?
A potion of superior healing. 8d4 plus 8.
Okay, I will then.
Now, Kevin, if you can remind me about the fight that we had with them. They were actively consuming magic when I was casting it. But they weren't, like, consuming magic that was already created. right?
That is correct. They don't have the capacity to dispel, as far as you know. But you do recall that Kirlos, the first time that Kirlos mentioned these creatures, that they behaved in ways that was different than their smaller counterparts because of all the magic that they had fed upon already.
Okay. Do we make a plan of sorts?
Yeah, I mean, when we go into how large is the engine room, Kiddos? Approximately.
Let me check his DM real quick, because he would know.
Okay, so while you check that, I'll say to Barnick, when we get inside, I think I'll have to put myself in a place that's as far away from either of these creatures if I'm to use my magic at all.
Yeah.
Kyrillos informs you it is about 200 by 70 feet.
Maybe if... Okay, Tani and Myra, both of you are able to stand your ground if they approach you. Jean-Jacques, you cannot. But you also would like to be as far away from them, and I would also like to be as far away from them to shoot them with my arrows. So how about we try to get to, let's say, one side. Tani, you protect Myra, and then just slay things. If they come closer to you, Jean-Jacques, I'll jump in front so they don't get your magic, and then you can run away, and then I can run away as well.
Yeah, sounds good. I mean, I touch my hip where there's the rapier that Turnok gave me. See, I know the basics of sword fighting. I've been trained. I've been in the military in my youth, but I won't be able to do much. I've seen Turnok fight, and I can't do anything near that.
Have you ever seen a spell amplified by loose magic? Felix asks casually from the ground. It's very interesting.
Have I? Not really, right?
Yeah, we have. Didn't we see those weirdos amplify their spells with that loose drugs?
I would say it's up to you as well whether Jean-Jacques, with his years, has seen something like that.
Yeah.
It's not impossible.
I think he probably has, but the kind that you don't want to remember in these types of situations is like yes, it was amplified, but to disastrous effect, so he could just cringes when he says that. He's like, yeah, I've seen some.
Yeah. So, good luck. And safe journey if you accidentally catapult us to the nearest planet. It's going to be an interesting journey.
Wait, there's a chance we could do that?
I think so. Not an expert, but...
It's just gonna rub my forehead.
The place you're going is directly connected to an in-between space, which is full of raw magic before it even passes through the weave.
I think we lost
Yeah.
Chancy.
I am back in Discord. I had
Okay.
to turn it off and turn it back on.
Welcome back.
Does that sound like something that, does it sound like something that's familiar to me, like this in-between place? Would I know what that might be?
You can make an Arcana roll, but I will say the DC is quite high.
18.
You're not sure. You think you might have read theories to that regard, or in that regard, at some point, but it was all very hypothetical, you know?
Yeah.
Like dark matter to us, or something like that.
Okay, so 1 second. Okay. I motion over to Barnack. I say, could you come over here, please, for 1 second? And from my pack, I produce my crossbow and my bolt of quivers, and I'll attach that to my belt. And then I extend a hand and I touch a Barnack's quiver, and over that hand, and I put another one on my belt, and over each hand there's that kind of runic circle appearing, two faces of Timora's coin, and I'll cast flame arrows, but I'll use my those 3 sorcery points to twin the spell.
Okay.
Because I mean, for twinning, it says choose a. Oh, 1 second. Let me just double check, because I believe that it needs to be when you cast a spell that targets only one creature. Never mind. I'll just cast the one on Barnack.
Okay. Would have been a cool use.
Yeah, I was hoping.
Okay. So you cast flame arrows, which is how many? 10, I think he has?
12.
12.
12. Yep.
There you go. So you've got 12 flame arrows. And, yeah.
Myra, Jean-Jacques, try to turn off your magic when we get there, just at least for a moment.
I can't really turn it off. But before we head down, I'm going to use my last emboldening bond I have on myself, Barnack, and Jean-Jacques.
Okay. Yeah, Tani, you're very good at evading things, so if they start attacking...
And Fancy, that means we can jump to prevent attack, like to jump in front of attack?
Mhm.
Does it also get any other
As
benefit?
long as you're within 30 feet, you can also once per turn add a d4. I'll just put it in chat.
Okay.
Sounds good. So I assume you're all gathering around the teleportation pad with Kyrillos nearby in order to be ready to transport to the engine room. Okay. Do you step through?
Okay. Kyrillos, do your turn. Yeah.
Very well. Please step forward and understand that I cannot condone this, and you should return to your cells as soon as you're able.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Definitely will.
Okay. So, one after the other, you step through and appear on a similar teleportation pad in the engine room, which is completely swamped with glowing green vapors that obscure your sight slightly, but not extremely. Additionally, in places, both on the ceiling, on the walls, and on these large pipes that run along the outside, have formed these crystalline formations, which almost seem like the vapors condensed into solid matter. The room itself is actually not very high. It's only 10 feet high, so you have like no space above you. But up ahead, you see two of these enormous versions of the Arcanophages that you met when you first set foot on the island. But they do not pay any attention to you, and they are currently just kind of slowly floating back and forth. And from a central, essentially a doorway almost, it looks like, where two of the pipes meet, and there's just a glowing source of light, also green, but much brighter, from which occasionally these jets of energy escape, which the creatures just gobble up out of the air. And in fact, as you watch both of them rush for the same one gets there sooner, and they have a sort of staring contest before the one that got it flares its fins, and then they spread apart again. You
the map
notice
is
that there's
completely black for me. I don't know if that's intended.
Oh, sorry, that's the dynamic lighting that's messed up.
Yeah.
They updated dynamic lighting and then just decided, everyone has to deal with it. Wait, it's completely black.
Yeah.
But I haven't.
Have you moved us to the new?
I did, but there's nothing is hidden. Hold on.
Yeah.
Why is it? Okay. Does that reveal anything? No.
Nope.
I see it on Discord as well, or on the stream as well. But it's nothing is on to hide anything. What the heck? Sorry guys, 1 second. Oh, now it's there. Now it should be better. So weird. I had to turn it off and back, like on and then back off again. Sorry about that.
Classic troubleshooting.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
this is what you
literally.
see, and you do indeed spot the third one on the other side, as well.
I'll look towards the rest, and I kind of say, I'll whisper, and I'll say, I'll move over to this corner right here. If we can keep them as close to where they are right now, I think there might be a chance that I can use my magic. And then I'll
Okay,
move.
as I said, I'll try to protect you and stay there.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just say to like Myra and Tani. Should we split them up as well? So you two go to the other corner, and then at the same time Myra starts her magic and Jean-Jacques starts his magic, and we get them to get confused where they should go? Or should we just wail on the first one immediately, all four of us?
I think we should focus on one.
Yeah, focus on one at a time.
Alright, then the one that is close to us, I believe. Yeah, it's there.
Okay.
And I
I-
need to
I
go
look
up
towards the-
close. I don't have my Enki things.
Oh, you have to go get in close.
But it's
I have to
okay.
go in close
want
as
to
well, so.
I have my old bow here. Tani, do you want my old bow?
Well, the whole. I love how we're whispering battle tactics in the middle of this room. Is like the whole point is they have to get in close, Barnack. Otherwise, the creature will approach and cancel out my magic.
I see.
Yeah, I just told you because I need to really
Yeah.
get up close. Not
Yeah.
a few. Yep.
Yeah.
So should I go? And I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm like ready to follow.
Okay.
The same way.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, you two go ahead, and when you give me the sign, I'll release the arrow.
As soon as they start sprinting, I'll also release my magic. Hopefully.
Okay.
Then
Well,
I'll nod and
I will say, the creatures likely are not surprised. They're simply not paying attention to you. So we will, as soon as you say go, we'll roll initiative, and then you can act in order. So
Well,
position
I mean,
yourself where you want to
can-
be.
Yeah, can they
Yeah,
approach
how-
it?
You can approach
Well-
to anywhere you want. As far as you can tell, moving around does not draw its attention, and they're not likely currently to start the combat with you. So it seems you have, the initiative.
I have 45 speed, so that should carry me.
You can already
You're
move
close,
up there
that's
now
nice.
before you start
Yeah.
wailing on them. As you come closer, it does turn around and just kind of hovers in front of you, and then seems to lose interest and turns back to the energy source. And it begins to. This one kind of floats a little this way as you guys are setting up, while this one starts to move a little in this direction. Just because, I haven't been moving them the whole
Ollie?
time, but they have been
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
3,
Go!
2, 1.
Okay. Alright, click on your token and roll initiative.
I'm rolling
That's fine.
my physical dice, but I'm just to put it on the board. Oh,
Fucking, it's a good roll.
Pretty close to what I actually got.
Barnack, you have +5 dex, right?
No.
No? +4?
I believe it's +4 still.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then
+4.
please roll straight up. Roll one more initiative. Don't select your token for this one. But since one of them rolled equal to you and also have +4. And for its roll, a 10. Okay, so you go first before the creature.
Okay.
Very good. So, you guys get the signal, and Barnack, you're the first to react to the signal. What do you do?
Yeah, the one that I also yelled. Go,
Right.
go, go.
So that's probably
Yes.
why you're first to react.
Yeah. Okay, so at that moment I will immediately just shoot 2 arrows at the thing with
Oops.
sharpshooter, and first I'll designate it as my enemy, so as my
Okay.
Slayer's prey enemy,
All right.
and then I will just wail on it.
Sounds good.
That's a natural 1.
Oof. First arrow clatters to the piping beyond.
It falls out of my hand, and I start picking it up. Like, no.
You watch as the fire dies down a little bit, unfortunately. 1 arrow spent.
The other one is just check in total plus. So that's 16 in total.
16. As you shoot the arrow, and it does briefly embed in the creature, and then the outer see-through membrane that protects it just ejects it without taking any damage.
Okay.
16 unfortunately does not actually hit it.
Yep. Okay. And I will just stay where I am.
Okay. At the end of your turn, immediately, both of them disappear from sight and teleport. This one teleports right in front of you, and this one teleports to this side of the two before it. Oh, actually, there's a third. 2, 3, 4, 5. This one will teleport. Oh, wait. To there. So, as soon as you engage, and arrows begin to clatter to the ground, they register you as a threat, and all the fins and the frills just kind of flare up, and they immediately turn to fight you guys. So after Barnack's turn, it goes to the one that just teleported behind Tani and Myra. And let me go real quick and roll this. Okay. Very good. And it will make its attacks, 1 against Myra, 1 against Tani. Against Tani, it's a natural 1. And against Myra, it's a 16 to hit.
That just hits. Yeah, that just hits.
Okay. Even with your shield?
Yes. It's because I have a negative dex.
Ah, right. Okay. Then you take...
We need to get you heavy armor, Myra.
You
can
take
carry it.
11 points of bludgeoning damage as one of its tentacly bits just literally physically smacks you in the face. Alright. Jean-Jacques, your turn.
These pipes are like floor to ceiling, or are they
They
on
are
the ceiling?
essentially they
Yeah,
they,
they're
they take
huge
up
pipes.
about they're like 6 feet in diameter. So they have a space below and above, but not large enough to, for example, stand under or something.
Yeah. Fuck this really. Yeah. I'll go for it, I guess. I'll cast Time Stop.
Okay.
I guess I'll try to cast Time Stop.
As you do, literally, like, you get a visual representation of the spell that you cast, which you've never seen before, but as you pull in the magical energies that you normally don't see, there's like little, almost like electrical currents, but they're green, like veins that suddenly run out all the way from you, and then draw it in, and the tentacles that these creatures have, the one that's closest to you, begin to glow, but nothing is cancelled. Rather, I need you to roll a d100 for me.
Okay. Because I've been rolling those real well recently, so let me...
Like, what's happening here? It's all terrible.
That is 91.
91. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I will send you a message on Discord. Your time stop goes off as normal.
Okay. I think it's a d4 plus 1. Yeah. So I get 4 rounds.
Yep. So the thing that I just sent you, which lasts for 1 minute, actually will only last 6 more turns after you finish.
Sorry, what?
It will only last 6 more turns after you finish, because you use up 4 times 6, 24 seconds of that time in your time stop.
Oh, yeah.
Because the effect affects you.
Yeah. You mean the flame arrows? Or...
No, the thing that I just sent you on Discord. That
Sorry.
will...
Sorry, yeah.
No worries. It's a lot that happened all at once.
Yeah, literally. So I use my action to cast, so I get 30 foot of movement.
Yeah.
Plus another 10. Because another 10 because of my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then I use another dash action.
Well, the action you use
here.
on this turn, so you're on the next turn if you're using dash action.
Yeah, next action
Yeah.
I'll use a dash action to get over here. And then...
Okay, so that's...
I'm 55, 50, 70...
So that's the first of your 4 additional turns, correct?
Yeah, this second of my 4 additional turns I get to over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hail Mary cast Storm Sphere.
Oh boy.
Okay, so you'll have to give... Ah, fuck. And it's 20 foot radius, so it's... Wait, what? Normally I have this already prepared, but
That's okay.
there we go. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I will say you can probably angle it so that it hits the 2 of them together.
Yeah, I'm just trying to move it up. There we go. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Should do the trick.
Yep.
There we go. So that obviously brings me out of my thing.
Right, because
I'm affecting other creatures, so
Yeah.
we'll cancel it out on the 3rd turn.
Yeah, okay.
But both of them make a strength saving throw. Eesh. And I'll target the one that's right next to Tani and Myra with the bonus action,
Okay.
which is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, that's 4d6, I believe. Let me just double check if I rolled the right dice. Please have me roll the right dice. Yeah, so I rolled a 23 points of damage on 4d6. 6, 6, 6, 5.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's very unfortunate because it has
take
absolutely
it
no
all?
impact.
Fuck me.
When you cast the Storm Sphere and it bursts into life and your time stop ends and you the rest of you just see a blur of motion suddenly once again like bursts into existence. This terrifying sphere. It destroys the crystal formations on the ground and like these strange growths that you've started to notice as well. The night sail flower. But as it begins to swirl around and impact both of the arcanophages, they seem absolutely, utterly unaffected. And in fact, when you cast the specific lightning, you watch as it impacts and just dissipates across its body harmlessly.
Okay.
You do also notice that when this happens, that each of them gets a certain glow. And their current glow, each of them has the same one, is just for the ease of understanding it, the glow is reminiscent of force damage and radiant damage. That kind of like golden blue coloring that they get briefly is exposed as you hit them with this. You don't know what that means, but that is what you see.
Yeah. The flame arrows are down, by the way, Miloshay. Misjudged that. I forgot that will.
Alright.
That's it.
Alright. So Jean-Jacques, as a blur, disappears to the other corner, and the next arcanophage is going to 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys realize that, except for teleporting, yeah.
At least on my turn order, he's at 10. We still have a 14 that's next to Barnack and myself.
Oh, because I accidentally I actually wrote over it. It actually had an 18.
Oh, okay.
It's the third.
Okay.
It's the contested roll that I did for Barnack. I accidentally had the token selected. Thank you.
That makes sense.
But yeah, it's you guys notice that as this occurs, or as it starts to move, outside of teleporting, they're not very fast. They're not as fast as the smaller versions, and it only moves about 20 feet, hovering slowly, like the completely filled creature that it is. Alright. Then the next one is the one next to Barnack, which is going to try to smack Barnack in the face with its tentacles twice.
Why don't hit me? I don't have magic. I'll just say it. Doesn't matter if it hits me or not.
One of its attacks is a 13 to hit, which I don't think hits.
That doesn't hit.
And the other one is a 23 to hit, which I think will hit.
That just hits, yes.
I thought so. Wow. 7 points of bludgeoning damage. I rolled 1, 2, and 3 on the damage dice. Alright, Myra, that makes it your turn.
Yeah, I'll just try to whack it with my mace.
Okay.
It's a 17 on the die, so 24 to hit.
That will hit.
Where's my d6? 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. And this is not a magical weapon, correct?
It is.
Wait, the weapon itself is magical?
Yeah. It was one of the starter ones.
So as you hit, you watch as it just bounces off harmlessly from its protective membrane.
Is it an action or bonus action to switch to my hand axe?
No, you can, if you drop the, no, because you could essentially just drop the mace, and then on your next attack, you can just produce the hand axe as part of the attack.
Okay.
Do you have 2 attacks? No, right? You're not a war cleric? No, okay.
No, but I'm switching when I noticed that,
Okay, yeah.
it did nothing.
Fair enough.
Question, Kevin.
Yes.
Would my bow... I'm using normal arrows, so if I'm using normal arrows, they would count as non-magical.
No, your
They count
arrows
as
are
magical.
magical because of the bow.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Because otherwise you'd have to buy magical ammunition all the time. Okay, so Myra, anything else you want to do? Bonus action or move?
Actually, the storm sphere is still up. God damn it. I'm just
By the way,
doing...
was I supposed to roll another D100, Kevin, for the
Nope.
storm sphere?
Nope.
Okay.
You were not in range of one of the creatures.
No, I don't have anything else I can do.
Okay. Then we come to Tani. In the meantime, Jean-Jacques, if you could roll an Arcana check and whisper the result to me, that'd be great. Tani, what would you like to do?
Okay, I'll spend a key point to make my first one a stunning strike. See if that works.
Okay.
Constitution saving throw or be
Okay.
stunned.
Well,
till
you have to
the
hit
end.
first, right? So let's see
Yep.
if you hit. And then there's the.
Whoa.
How much did you roll? 27. Wow. Yeah, that'll hit. So go ahead and roll the damage, and let's see. So I'm looking up something real quick.
I mean, monk fists are magical.
Well,
For
they count
overcoming
as
resistance.
exactly.
Yeah, for the purpose of overcoming.
So they
Okay.
do physical damage. They're not inherently magical only. So that's the cool part. That was what I was looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
Because it's specific.
Sure.
Because otherwise you could never punch anything again that has magic immunity after that.
Yeah.
Imagine walking into an anti-magic field, your fists stop working.
It's just like fall off. Your hands are just gone.
Fists.
Hands and feet in Tani's case just gone.
Okay. And real quick. Yeah. It is going to make its saving throw against the DC of 14, correct?
Mhm.
Ooh. It got stunned, I believe. Let me check real quick.
Get wrecked.
Yeah. So as you strike it, Tani, you know these creatures are pure energy, and your training is always focused on understanding the flow of energy within a body, any given body. So you actually, though you don't understand what is happening, that the magic of it makes no sense to you, but you catch sight of this one particular key stream almost that runs through its body, and you hit exactly when it pulses, and you watch as the pulse just goes throughout the body, and the whole fish-like creature just seizes up and hovers perfectly in place, not doing anything. So your next attack, or 3 attacks if you bonus action, have advantage. And all attacks against this one have advantage.
I'll just say in a louder voice, "It's stunned! Now's the time!" And punch again.
Alright. Oh, stunning strike. What a bitch.
Hehehe.
You have advantage, so roll again, see if you crit.
Oh, yep. Advantage. But then, let me just roll one more because.
Okay. So that
Okay.
definitely hits. Go ahead and roll the damage. Whew.
That'll be 10. And then I'll switch to advantage. And just one more for the bonus action.
Okay, so no key points spent on the bonus action.
Ooh, there
There's
we
a
go.
natural 20 though.
Yep.
Yeah, there's your advantage at work. So go ahead and
So
roll
it's
the damage.
max damage on one die, right? Was
Yeah.
it?
So
Yep.
Yeah.
So we just we take your first roll, and then we max out the damage on the second one actually. So this will be 26 plus 3 is yeah, you have your 7 plus 9, right? Plus 1, 10.
6.
Yeah, but she gets plus 4. One
Right.
for magic and 3 for dex. So that is 10 plus 7 is 17 points of damage from the crit. As
I'm redeeming myself after the steam creatures obliterated me.
so yeah, as you strike it like multiple times, you just pummel it, and it's weird. It's like punching Jello, but it has a little more. It's like a non-Newtonian fluid. It just kind of gets resistance as you hurt it more, and then with the final strike, you actually reach in and you briefly connect with that stream of energy that you stunned it on as well, and your hand comes out and it's just covered in this gooey, weird material that you think it's probably it's blood or maybe even it's flesh. It just kind of drips off of your hand.
I'll wipe it off on my shirt.
Okay. Would you like to move anywhere?
I'll stay here.
Okay. Barnack, it's your turn. You've got one of these big ones in your face.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
I would like to. Yeah, I'll just take out my cutlass and hack at it, since my bow is magical. I will
Okay.
just hack at it with my cutlass.
Sounds good.
That's another natural 1.
God. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Bro.
That's an
That's
unlucky
okay.
combat.
It is a natural 1. Let's see the other one.
Yeah.
That's natural 2. So I will hack and slash and miss every single thing that I do, and by getting angry at it, I'll just put my cutlass back and let it hit me in the face.
So Jean-Jacques the only one who's really witness to this from his position, but yeah, you watch as Barnack just cuts, and like it's not that you miss completely, it's just that you interact with the protective membrane and it just deflects, and it's quite hardy. It's not you know, despite looking so squishy and like water essentially, it can absorb blows very well. Okay, so would you like to move, Barnack?
Oh no, I'm keeping my face exactly where it is so it can slap me.
Perfect. So this one is stunned. Jean-Jacques, we'll come to your turn.
Okay, I move 30 feet, and dejectedly, I point my crossbow bolt at the one that's stunned.
Okay.
Oh.
Hold on, actually, I need to check something real quick. I forgot to.
22 to hit.
22 hits.
Okay.
Wow.
4 points of damage.
Okay, 4 points of damage. Let's go. Her bolt sinks in, and where it hits, similar to what was happening for Tani, the surface just turns a little more solid, and it actually impacts something that it can hurt. Okay. Very good. Also, I should have mentioned this at the top of the round, but each of you becomes aware that their colors change from the golden bluish hues to very bright green, like acid green, and a sort of blackened veins that run throughout them, like a sort of necrotic feel to them.
I'll also try and hit it with my lightning. I don't know if
Okay.
it's immune to all sorts of damage or not, but 24.
It hits, once again dissipates throughout the body.
Okay. And the bludgeoning damage also does nothing.
Well, no, it would if it's physical damage.
I mean, it creates winds that buffet the thing, so I don't know. I mean, they're magical wind.
Right.
I would get, like, I don't...
Yeah, I would count that as a magical weapon hitting it, right? Like, because the magical
Yeah.
weapons also don't work.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay,
I'll drop
nonetheless-
concentration just in case it's feeding them or something, so I'll just kill the spell.
Okay. So the storm sphere dies out as the stunned creatures hit by Jean-Jacques' crossbow bolt, and if that's the end of your turn, then we move on to the one here, which is going to leisurely hover over and is going to make an attack against both Tani and Myra. Okay, against Tani it's a 20 to hit,
Mm-hmm.
and against Myra it's a 17 to hit. Okay. Tani's damage first. Tani, against you it's 11 points of damage, bludgeoning, as it just like literally smacks you in the back of the head. And against Myra it is 7 points of damage, also bludgeoning. You almost feel like you're back in like school, and just like both of you just get smacked in the back of the head because you're doing something wrong. Then the next one is going to attack Barnack twice.
Bring it.
That would have hit, but it's cocked. That is a 12 to hit, which I don't think hits, and a 22 to hit, which does hit, I think.
Yeah. The first one also like hits my face, but I don't don't receive damage from it.
Okay, so it's just like a weak slap. It's probably not expecting you to just remain in place, so it tries to put the power a little later into the swing, and you just immediately absorbing like it just kind of, it can't really have any capacity for expressing itself, but it probably would look quite surprised.
Yeah.
You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Sorry, 12 points of bludgeoning damage from the second blow. However, Okay, Myra, it's your turn.
Okay, this one's still stunned in front of me, right?
Yes, it is. So you have advantage on your attack with the hand axe.
That's 21 to hit.
That hits.
6 points of
Alright.
slashing. Yeah, slashing damage.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you guys are slowly making a dent in this creature. You definitely see, like, its form begins to shimmer slightly. Those colors fluctuating between the two, but they are hardy creatures. They have quite a lot of health going on. JJ, I'm gonna respond to your Discord message about the Arcana check in a second. Tani, it's your turn.
I'll turn around and focus a little bit on this one. And you know what? Even spend a key point for a stunning strike. I'll try my luck. Wait, with normal roll, not advantage for that one.
Okay. No, it's advantage. It's stunned until the end of your next turn.
No, but this one?
Oh, you're attacking the other one? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're not attacking the stunned target? That's already damaged? Just asking.
No.
Okay. So
in Tanya's logic, I'm like, I'm gonna try to stun that other.
Okay, so 23 hits. Go ahead and roll the damage, and you're spending another key point for the stunning strike, correct?
Mm-hmm.
This one, wow. A 10 total on the saving throw, so that one is now also stunned.
Go, Tani.
The fuck?
I mean, I don't want them to teleport.
Okay, so you've got now two stun targets around you, but you know that the one that you initially hit will wear off very soon. So what do you want to do with your remaining at least
Then-
2 attacks?
That one is stunned, so I'll turn back around and now I'll direct my
Okay.
punches to that one.
So go ahead. Make
But
your-
that'll be advantage, so I'll roll again.
Max.
Yeah. Alright, 22 hits, so go ahead and roll the damage for that. And do you want to make it roll a saving throw against your stunning strike again? You can keep it stunned, essentially. Okay.
Let's do that.
Wow. So fucking... I hate you. It's a 10 again.
Yes.
Yes!
Nice.
They have really good con even. Like they have great con modifiers. I hate my life.
You're
Okay.
throwing like shit.
So you've started to identify these like core lines of energy, and you just hit both of them in quick succession. And indeed, with your next unarmed strike, you once again hit. I'm guessing the one that you just stunned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so that's your bonus action, and I think the end of your turn. Would you like to move anywhere?
I'll stay between them.
Okay. Then at the top of the round, you guys watch as they all change color again as we come to Barnack's turn. I will say, Jean-Jacques, you especially recognize that at least one of the colors that they take is this blue-white that is usually associated with lightning.
Oh, okay.
And the other color actually remains the same. These blackened veins continue to kind of spread and pulsate throughout their bodies. They're not really veins, they're more like well, they are veins, but they don't have them. They're just kind of unnatural constructs that happen throughout their bodies.
Just confused as to what the fuck.
I want to try something, but I'm so scared it's just gonna make them more powerful.
Okay. Barnack, what would you like to do?
I will hack and slash again twice.
Okay. So the
If
cutlass
I get
comes out
another
again.
Natural 1. I will pray to them. Okay, that's a natural 19. So that's
Hey.
26.
26 will hit.
That's 4 plus 4. 8 damage for the first one.
Okay. Very good. So with the first one, you finally managed to connect and actually cut through the membrane that was impeding you so much on your
Yeah.
previous turns.
And then the second one It is 23.
23 also hits.
And that is 6 damage.
6, nice. Alright.
Two.
So twice, and this time you actually managed to kind of cut off where the cuts meet, and part of the what you would call flesh just falls away, and it actually splatters into a sort of gelatinous material on the ground. It's quite uncomfortable to look at, but you have made a dent in it for the first time.
Yeah. And I will move.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll go there.
Okay. It is going to use its reaction to attack you. But with a 13 to hit, I don't think it hits.
No.
Alright. Then, that's the end of your turn, correct?
Yep.
This one... It takes a swing at you, but it's already turning around and suddenly blinks out. And it will teleport towards the other two. And it boxes Tani in, essentially. As it appears beside you, Tani. They don't appear to have communicated openly that any of you can tell, but there still seems to be some kind of connection that allows them to understand certain things, as far as you can tell, because otherwise it would have no reason to take this course of action. Okay. Then we come to this one's turn, still stunned, Jean-Jacques.
Okay. So JJ kind of he reloaded his crossbow and he's raising it up to shoot, but there's just like he closes his eyes and tilts his head for a moment as if he's like listening to something, and then kind of absent-mindedly just puts the crossbow like next to his hand, like just kind of very loosely holding it, and walks straight into the pool of the that's in the center of the room of the energy, feeling that there's something in there that might help him.
Okay. So I think with your
or
regular
towards
movement,
it, I guess. I mean, I guess I'll approach. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just kind of counting how far you could get with your regular movement, but yeah, you can get like all the way to the center if you wish. It's an incredibly bright light. It's like, and you get the impression that when it's not fed upon as regularly as it has been, then it probably envelops most of the room. So that's already a testament to the fact that it's so weak now. But as you approach and you begin to step into that light, it is, for you, especially for who you are and where your magic comes from, it is life itself. You're stepping into a source of energy that is indescribable in how powerful and overwhelming it feels. So would you like to try the thing that I suggested you could?
Yes, just as a detail, as I'm sort of walking into and disappearing into the light, there's a clinking sound and the coin flips out of the light and falls, and you just hear heads out of the thing, and then I will try to do what you wrote to me.
Okay. So as you step into the light directly, those of you who look over, I think Barnack probably has a good line of sight, and Tani, if you look around, you can probably see this as well. You guys watch as Jean-Jacques, first his figure disappears, but then you see like after images that are walking in a sort of stuttering, like a video that only has like 3 frames per second. So you just see like him in different poses as he moves forward through this light, and then it's gone. The coin, the only thing that remains visible to you. Jean-Jacques, I would like you to roll an Arcana check with advantage.
Okay. Wow. 12.
Oof. Okay.
I will use a sorcery point to roll one more time, if I may.
Go for it.
11.
For the moment,
you roll?
I do think so, yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
For the moment, you are concentrating on trying. It's like trying to grab a hold of something that is made of air. So as you're focusing, and it's not a process that really can be put into words necessarily, but as you're trying, you don't have success yet. So you can try again next turn. But you also get the impression that you only have so much time here before this exposure will have an effect on you directly.
Yeah.
Alright. Then, this one is stunned. Jesus. And this one is going to try to pummel Tani twice. Don't forget you guys have Emboldening Bond as well.
It's Barnak, Myra, and myself. So
Ah, right.
So on the old,
Not Tani.
yeah, I
Okay.
can't even take the hit for Tani.
That's
Or
a
Natural
natural
20?
20.
it's a natural 20 and 25 to hit as well. So, I'm just gonna do the. I didn't decide which order, so I'm gonna take the normal hit first, and then I'm gonna do the natural 20. The normal hit is 11 points of damage, and the natural 20 is 23 points of damage. So that's a total of 34
34, yeah.
points of damage total to you, Tommy.
And I'm down, but that orcish thing, I'm down to 1.
Okay, so your orcish endurance allows you to stay on your feet on 1 hit point. This time, what happens is not so much immediately blows, but rather the tentacles come in so fast and they wrap around you and they just try to crush you. And right as you're about to slump, they release you, thinking that you are no longer a threat. And then you manage to push yourself up from one knee, standing back up, like bleeding probably from the corner of your mouth. You feel like your body is not doing well, but you're a half-orc. You can take more than this. Myra.
I don't know if it'll work. Can I do an Arcana check on what the... I know, like, they represent the type of magic, but what it could mean for them, like...
Absolutely, you can. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
My Arcana shit. 5.
They're interesting colors.
It's
I will
my
say,
husband
by the
again.
way, yeah, I will say, you can still draw your own conclusion. You just don't have the confirmation of something snapping into place. So make of it what you will.
Yep, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yep, they don't attack you, they are stunned.
This is terrible. It just might beef them up. I'm gonna use Toll the Dead on the one that's stunned.
Okay. That's the one closest to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that's been taking lots of hits. So Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
If it can do anything.
Well, it can still resist that effect, but it rolls a
Yeah.
13 on its save.
That would be a failure of the save. It's necrotic damage.
Yes, it is. So go ahead and give me the damage.
And I rolled like fucking shit. 10 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. It deals 20 as you toll the dead, and the blackened veins throughout its body expand suddenly and almost like a net wrap around it, and you watch as its figure briefly, almost visually shrinks before expanding back to where it was. It doesn't make any sound. You don't think it's capable of making sound like an animal would, but that definitely must have had an impact.
I believe I'm still close enough. That's 60 feet, yeah. Healing word on Tani at 2nd level.
Okay. Yeah, you see Tani through its body, which is actually kind of seeping out some of that gelatinous material that it's made up of. It started to kind of just drip out of it.
9 points of healing back.
Okay. So Tani, you gain 9 points of healing, or 9 points of health. And I
Not a
believe
lot. But
then we come to Tani's turn. Very well done, Myra.
I'll look back at Myra and give her a little like nod. And I was debating whether to run away in my mind, but then last time I tried to do that and heal myself with the guards, that wasn't a good idea. So I'll decide to stay and just a little bit to this one and a little bit to this one,
Okay.
just before they get unstunned.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and attack those. Either one of those with advantage. Tell me which one you attacked first.
I keep forgetting to put the advantage thing.
That's
Roll
okay.
Again.
Oh, 26, 24. Impressive. So yeah, you definitely hit. I'm assuming you're attacking the one on the left first.
Yes.
Okay, and it will. Are you spending another key point for another stunning strike?
I'm running low on key point. Yes.
Completely your choice.
Yes, I'll spend one.
Okay. This time it rolled a 13 on its saving throw. What's your DC? 13 or 14?
14?
Your DC is 13?
14?
14. Ah, then it still fails.
Okay.
Okay. Sure.
What a beat!
Okay. Next one. You're attacking the other one. Again, with advantage, so roll again.
Okay.
It's okay to just leave it
Correct
on and
this time.
we'll use the left one number
Yes.
if there's no advantage.
I don't click on it. I just forget.
It's no worries. The 18 hits. So go ahead and roll the damage. Do you spend another key point to stun that one as well?
I'm down to 2 key points, but it'll be worth it.
Completely your choice.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
that's the best strategy. They shouldn't teleport.
7. Well, I'll just get all my bad rolls out of the way now. That's good for you guys, and then I'll roll really well on Tuesday with the ruined key. Like, let's do it that
Yep.
way.
Yes!
Okay. So the next attack is against which one exactly?
To the right. My last one.
Oh, okay, you're attacking that one again. I will say the one that you
No,
hit
it attacked
initially.
twice to the left, and then the right one just one.
Oh, okay.
So the last one is to the left one.
The
Oh,
last
no,
one.
no, wait.
Because
Oh,
I thought you
yes,
went
yes.
left, right to stun both,
Yes,
and then you
yes,
attack
yes.
left
Right
again.
to stun the right one,
Yeah.
then right
Okay.
again.
Perfect. So yeah, that hits and
The other
deals
way
7
around.
points of damage. And this one took that. All right, excellent. So yeah, two of them are still stunned, and you get a strange flurry of activity from the one that remains unstunned. It kind of like goes up and then goes down, and the tentacles are very, very active, and it seems almost in distress by the fact that you're keeping these creatures stunned the whole time.
I'll step away just one.
Okay,
square.
it will take an attack of opportunity against you.
The stunned
No, I
ones
won't.
can't.
No,
Yeah.
but the one that's unstunned can.
No, I'm
Never
telling
mind.
Kira just so she knows.
I'll stay there.
Okay, it's up to you.
No, I'll stay there.
All right. So that's Tani's turn, keeping 2 of them stun locked still. Barnack Stoneheart, it is your turn. First, allow
Do
me
the colors
to
change?
Yes. Well, let me check real quick. So, one of the colors, the thunderous blue-white, turns to acid green again, and the necrotic black just fades away, and instead you get a visual as moving through its body. It's almost like sound waves, just undulating through its body. You think that might be associated with thunder?
Nope, I don't think that. At least Barnack doesn't.
No,
think that.
I'm giving you that information freely because
okay.
this would be
okay.
too much to like
To
puzzle
understand.
out. Like, how would you ever know?
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, okay. Still, Barnack will. I guess I will take my old longbow, trusty longbow, out.
Yeah, you
The old
still have
one?
that with you. Yeah.
Yeah. And I will shoot twice at the one that is stunned. This
Okay,
one.
there's 2 stunned, but I'm guessing you take the closest one
The
that's already
first
very
one, yeah.
damaged.
First of the first one, yeah.
Alright.
So that's with advantage, right?
Yeah, it's with advantage, so would you like to make it a sharpshooter?
Yeah, I will. And that one is still my prey, by the way.
It is. So make the first attack individually, because you might be able to finish it.
That
That's a
is.
pretty Oh, fuck.
That is 19 to hit in total.
19
Minus.
hits.
Okay.
Now,
So
let's get that damage.
and plus 14. Oh, that's good. So that's 12 and 14. That's 26 damage.
26. And with that, just barely, you essentially you spear it through from behind, and you watch as the arrow digs its way through this suddenly hardening carapace almost that forms, and then as soon as it passes, it turns back to jello, but it begins dripping more quickly, and it just penetrates to the center of this creature, and for a moment it hovers a little bit, and then suddenly there's just a wash of all this stuff clattering to the ground, and only the colorful frills and fins that it has fall to the ground individually, now hardened by no longer being attached to this creature. And that one is out of the fight.
Okay.
So as your bonus action, I think you can move your, or you can declare a new prey.
Yeah, I will. I'll just move next to Myra to be closer.
Okay.
And I will declare the other one my prey as well,
Very good.
and do the same thing. The one that's stunned as well.
Yeah.
And that's one is a natural 1, the other one's 19, so that will probably hit. Then.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that will hit.
24. Yeah, okay. Another natural 1, holy fucking shit.
Yeah, it's impressive, dude.
Okay, this is again the same damage, just different numbers, so that's 12 plus 14, 26 damage.
Are you adding your plus 10 from sharpshooter?
Yeah, 26.
Okay.
Without it, it would be
Okay, perfect.
16.
Just
16.
checking. So
Yeah.
yeah, so this arrow has a similar effect, but this creature is just still a lot healthier. So as it strikes and it begins to dig into the flesh, it gets stuck about halfway, and then the flesh around it just turns to ooze again and begins to drip a little bit, and slowly the arrow just drips out of its body, clutches to the ground. I believe that's the end of your turn. That's movement, action, bonus action.
That's movement, action, bonus action.
Alright, well, this one is dead, so we come to Jean-Jacques, if you would
Okay.
like. Once again.
Arcana check.
Yes, with advantage.
Advantage. I'll use a sorcery point to reroll if I may, because I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Yes,
So-
you may.
Maybe it's not meant to be, Jean-Jacques.
What? Why I rolled a 2?
Oh,
My God.
we're all rolling terrible tonight. Everyone except Tani.
Oh.
No, it's just you're even rolling terrible for saves, so
Yeah.
everyone is.
Everyone except Kira. Kira's just hitting
yeah,
everything.
Kira's just destroying. Thank you, Tani, for being here
It's gonna
tonight.
be Tani the Stunner and Barnack the Slayer. Alright.
Yeah, I mean, that was
Okay.
my action, I guess. Yeah.
Yes. I would like to make an intelligence saving throw, please.
Okay.
We're gonna have to fight Jean-Jacques after this battle.
Another 3, so a total of 6.
Okay.
I'll use my reaction to re-roll. Let me just double check if that's
No,
the...
didn't you just use your reaction for the sorcery point?
That is, you can
Or is
tap
that
into your
free?
most make a magic to conjure successfully. When you make an ability check to face, you can spend one sorcery point to re-roll, and you make use no mention of it
Oh,
being
nice.
a thing. So it's
Yeah.
just you spend the sorcery point.
Yeah. Nice.
I think it's a reaction for the. Check. Sorry, I'm just checking the.
No worries, no worries. This is
I
important.
think I can use it. Yeah. Okay. Additionally, you understand. Okay, I'm able to expend my reaction to give myself an advantage on a saving throw.
Ah.
Since I didn't do it before, I think that doesn't then do it. So. 6.
Fair enough. Okay. Nothing happens, but that is one. And we'll see if more happen. Next up is
Did you say that is 1?
that is one failed saving throw. Yes. This creature is actually at the end of the turn of the stunned creature. This one is going to teleport again and appear in front of the Slayer, who is murdering its people. And it's going to attack Barnak twice.
Not the Slayer.
This one first. So the first hit is a 24 to hit. The second is a
Just
16.
hits.
16?
And that one, 16 is my armor class.
Okay, so that also hits.
That one actually just hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one actually just hits.
Emboldening bond.
I'm actually thinking about it. Yeah.
Okay. Which one are you going to
I'm
use
fine.
again?
Sorry, I
I'm
was
fine,
also
I'm fine, I'm
counting
fine,
up
I'm fine.
math.
Yeah,
The
I'm fine.
second one.
Okay, the
I'm-
second one. So the first
I'm
blow
okay.
will be
Agreed.
13 points of bludgeoning damage. Sorry, 14. I keep forgetting this one. And the second one that goes to Myra instead. That is
Oh, no.
15 points of bludgeoning damage. Pretty close to
15?
max.
That's fine. No. Because of the Ebony Bond, I technically get to move within 5 feet of the target.
You do.
I just actually want to switch spots.
That's
switch
fine.
sides.
Not to worry.
I was trying to count out squares as you were talking about it, so I was like, fuck. Because I'm trying to get around.
Ah, right. Yeah, no worries. So yeah, then after its turn, it becomes Myra's turn.
Okay. I am, as my action, going to use my Channel Divinity of Balm of Peace.
Okay.
So, I'll put it in chat. But
Okay.
essentially, I get to move as my action without invoking attacks of opportunity. And every creature that I stop within 5 feet of, move within 5 feet of, gets healing.
Okay.
So
You channel
5.
divinity. Please also roll a d100. Because
Oh god.
normally I wouldn't do this on channel divinity, but I actually forgot to do it on your healing word earlier. So.
I was hoping I was far enough with the healing word.
Well, the one was still close enough. So this
Oh.
is the compensation.
94.
Okay. I'll probably just write to you in Discord what.
Does the Channel Divinity still
Never
work,
mind.
though?
Your arms stretch. You gain a reach of 15 feet with them for the next minute.
Okay.
So, rather than moving only, you're already running away from Barnak as you put a hand on his shoulder, and the arm just stretches and stays on his shoulder for 15 feet until you move beyond that range, if you do.
Yeah, I'm moving.
But you can't get to the point where you can
5,
put a hand on
10,
both Barnak and
5,
Tani's
30.
shoulder.
Well, I have to stop within 5 feet of it. Well,
Okay.
move within 5 feet of them.
Right.
So it doesn't count as like my reach.
So
I don't have to
kind
touch
of-
them. Just
Kind of like watching a Mr. Fantastic or Miss Fantastic run away from you. Barnak, you just see an arm stay far too long and then suddenly go after Myra.
yeah, I probably don't realize it until I'm
Yeah.
12 feet away, and then I go.
Yeah, while you're almost away, I'll be like, yeah, forgot something.
So 9 points of healing back to Barnak, and 9 points of healing back to Tani, because apparently my dice wanted to roll the exact same same
Nice.
things, 3 to 1,
Pretty
plus
impressive.
my wisdom of the fire.
Yeah. Very good. So, with your healing done to both Barnak and Tani, you
Can you
arrive.
just again?
9.
How much? You need?
9.
Who's looking worse? Fuck.
Who's looking worse?
Yeah.
Well, Tani got so bloodied and almost fell to one knee that you thought
that's true.
she was going to pass out. So,
Yeah. Healing word. That's my bonus action
okay.
at level 2.
Okay.
I know I'm very
Roll
close
another
to this
D100 for me, please.
Yep, and 9 points of healing again, because I can only roll 3 and 1s.
Cursed dice.
41. on the
41.
D100.
Let's see. As you finish saying the healing word, all of you watch as the green energy in the room just coalesces around Myra and briefly obscures her from view. And as they fade away, like a mist dropping from a place where it's been contained, there's no Myra. There is only a potted plant on the ground.
Oh no!
This is fucking amazing.
You've rolled the most ridiculous one so far. Like, there's only a few options that are completely ridiculous.
It's very on brand for Myra to get the most fucking ridiculous shit.
So there's just like a small potted plant, maybe like a, I don't know, like a bonsai tree or something. You can choose actually, Chansey. I don't mind. Yeah. You
The
are.
Munstrip plant.
Yeah. All right. So that small pot now stands there. You have let me double check. You are incapacitated and have vulnerability to all damage. If you drop to 0 hit points, your pot breaks and your form reverts. So.
For how long?
Oh, and I need to roll your hit points. Hold on.
I actually have hit points. It's not just like one.
No, you have hit points.
The pot was well made, it seems.
Yeah.
You have 11 hit points in pot form.
You know, not actually a bad deal. I got more hit points now. It's basically temporary hit points.
All right. So, following Myra turning into a potted plant, Tani, you are a go, and you have one of these creatures still alive right next to you. It's still stunned. Because why would NPCs like to move?
I ruined the whole thing by stunning it so much. I'll spend my one last to try my luck again.
Okay, so attack.
Cause
Yeah, at least you can spend it on an attack that hits, so if you don't hit, you don't have to expend a key point.
Because I'd like to grab
23
my
hits.
pot and get away a little bit.
But it rolls a 17 on the saving throw this time. Finally. So it takes 5 bludgeoning damage, but at the end of your turn it will be unstunned. This time you don't quite catch that glowing vein of energy that goes through its body. So that's your one attack. You have another one since you took the attack action.
I'm debating whether I should grab Myra, or at least the thing that's now in place of Myra. I'm like looking at it. I'll just try to grab the little pot and like secure it around, like in front of my chest, and I'll move away a little bit. Not.
Okay, I'll allow it. I'll say it probably takes up your bonus action to grab her properly, and so Myra, it's very strange. You can't see anything, but you get the sensation of being carried. So where would you like to move Myra? Just move your token and I'll move Myra. Or Chance can move Myra alongside you.
It won't. Well, I say it loud. I can't keep holding. Well, I'm a bit confused, so I'm like, this thing will be able to move. Sorry, guys, and I need to get away. And I'll move a little bit, maybe. It'll likely chase us, but
Okay.
here,
Yeah, sounds good. Okay.
that'll be it.
So at the end of your turn, it becomes unstunned. And let's see if it has the wherewithal to take in its situation. No, it does not. So it becomes unstunned and just kind of floats in place for a moment. At least in this moment, not able yet to react immediately. Okay, so that is Tani's turn. Let's see if the colors change. Oh, that's wrong. The colors change. The acid green turns back, or it turns into that golden glow that you saw initially. Just like a sort of golden light from within. And the other one turns to necrotic again. So once again, those veins running through its body. So it's kind of weird, actually. It's very completely opposite energies within its body, as this golden glow is enveloped in blackened veins that cover it. Barnak, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'll move away.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Did it opportunity attack? No, because Myra used that ability.
No.
So it rolled a 22 to hit.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus. That is 6 points of bludgeoning damage. I cannot roll dice anymore today. I've just forgotten how to roll dice properly.
Here. I'll go here instead. So it can't target both of us. Actually, no, I'll move here.
Okay.
I'll stand in front in the middle of Tani and the beast. Because I saw the potted plant, I guess.
Mhm.
So 1,
You
2,
did.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'll move there.
Okay.
There it is. And then I'll take a shot at this one. And while I'm doing that, may I also shout into the weird light down the room? They just shout, "It was Tails! Tails!" Because I don't see Jean-Jacques. I don't see him. Like, I haven't seen him for like 20 seconds now.
Well, with your eagle eye, I will tell you what the actual roll is on the ground, just for your information later. But yeah, go ahead. What else would you like to do after you shout?
Yeah, I'm shooting it. Well, I'm shouting and I'm saying, "It was Tails! Get out of there! We need ya!" And then I'll shoot at the one that was already damaged. Once, and then another time the other one.
Okay, go for it.
There's no advantage now if I'm right.
No.
Yeah, no advantage.
Both of them are unstunned.
Okay, this is better than the natural one. Much better. Let me just check. That is 19 in total.
That hits. So this is on the right one, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is 8 plus 14, 22 damage.
That will do something, yeah. Once again, the gelatinous flesh turns solid for you to strike at, and your arrow buries itself inside. And your second attack?
Yeah, if it didn't die, I'll attack it again.
Yeah, go for it. It's wounded, and it's like the other one did before it was dying. It started oozing this material, but it's not dead yet.
And that's a natural 20. Fucking hell! Finally, one natural 20. I haven't
Nice.
had a natural 20, by the way, from the storehouse, from the storage where I threw a fucking hand axe at the one.
Oh yeah, that was sick. Yeah. Well,
The fact that you
congratulations.
kept track of that.
I'm very salty when it comes to that. I hate my dice. Okay, so that's normal attack, and then dice is.
Yeah, so you roll once normal, and then once dice maxed out, and that's your total damage.
And plus 4 and 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is 8 and 3. That's 11. Plus 8 and 6. That's 14.
So
Plus
25.
14. So that's
Yeah.
28
so
plus
39.
11.
Wait, what?
Yeah. 28 plus 11. 39.
Yeah, 39. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, and that's with the. You also maxed
That-
out one die of your Slayer's Prey, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Once again, it embeds itself, and actually, it cuts off one of the tentacles on its face, which dropped to the ground, and it kind of hovers, and it seems to shrink in size a tiny bit, not fully like a size class, but it just loses so much body mass as it fails to keep itself together, and it is barely functional.
Okay. And I'll stay there.
Okay.
And I did yell to Jean-Jacques.
Yes, Jean-Jacques, somewhere distantly in another world, I heard Barnack's voice.
Yeah, I'll kind of try to listen to it, but my innate curiosity and kind of desire for this type of thing doesn't allow me to go immediately. So I'll try one more time.
Okay.
Go
for
still
it.
with advantage.
Yes.
Okay, that's better. Wow, I still rolled a natural 1, but I rolled 21 instead. With a natural
Nice.
15.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to also make your intelligence saving throw
Intelligence
again.
save. I'll spend my reaction
Okay,
to get
good.
advantage.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
And that's a 20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Well, we'll discuss the meaning of those saves later, but as you somehow grasp onto that idea that you've had this raw magic, you begin to gain glimpses of understanding, because magic is chaos and order. It is both. It is the chaos naturally and the order that mortal kind brings to it, that gods bring to it. And as you manage to grab onto that strand of an idea, you gain the ability to change your magic type of the spells that you cast to whatever you want it to be.
Okay.
For 1 day.
Nice. Oh shit! Okay. Was that my action to do this?
Yes, it was your action to do that.
Alright, so I will 1, 2, 3.
I will say with your saving throw, let's see. You also regain up to 3 spell slots. So either 1 3rd level, 2nd and 1st level, or just 3 first levels.
I'll get 1 3rd level back. Okay, and that will be it for me because I don't really have anything to do with the bonus action.
Oh, you can move if you haven't yet.
Yeah, I moved.
Oh, okay,
so,
sorry, I was tabbed out.
Yeah, I'll come out.
Alright, so Barnack, it seems your words worked. Jean-Jacques walks out and looks like himself, but more younger and more alive than you've ever seen him. And that goes for any of you that see Jean-Jacques at this moment.
Actually younger, like in age younger?
Looks that way. It's kind of hard to tell, right? It's quite an obscure
it's
field of vision.
in the middle of a battle as well, yeah.
Yeah. So, at the end of your turn, Jean-Jacques, the one that has already been severely damaged is going to... Its attention is drawn by you because you've just been suffused with magic, so it immediately teleports right on top of you. And goes to attack you twice, and the other one, well, it will go next, but it will hover over to Barnack. So, first 2 attacks against Jean-Jacques. Wow. That's a 10 and a 15 to hit.
Both miss.
Wow, that's... I don't even know anymore. Okay, against Barnack, it is a 21 and a 16 to hit. So I think both hit, right?
Yep.
Barnack, that is 11 points of bludgeoning damage on the first one. And by the way, Myra, you're a pot, but you can still use your emboldening bond if you wish to interject yourself. So
No, because I'm also really low on health.
okay. 4. So that is 6 and 12, 18 points of bludgeoning damage total.
On the first one or
both together. So
in total.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
okay. So that is their turns against you guys. Myra, you're a pot, you're incapacitated, so unfortunately that does mean you don't have a turn.
Sway lightly.
Okay. So Tani, as you hold Myra, the leaves just kind of begin to sway in a non-existent breeze. And then we come to your turn, Tani.
I'll look down at the pot and say, Myra, is that you? Or are you an illusion? Are you just a tiny Myra and that's why you're so light? But look like a plant? Or are you an actual plant? And I'll just use my action to dodge in case any of the phages come near us.
Okay. Very good. Then, Barnack, it's your turn.
Mm-hmm. I think I have enough health to move 1 step away.
Okay.
Watch you crit.
It's a 20 to hit, so unnatural 20. That is 7, 10, 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
11 points of bludgeoning damage. Yep, I was right.
Yeah, you just have a slimy tentacle hit you in the side of the head.
Yeah, I'll
and the
turn-
colors
I'll-
change. Sorry.
Well,
That's fine. That's fine.
Ooh, it turns a fiery. They both turn a fiery red inside, along with more fire. Yeah, they both of the ones that are still alive just turn to complete, like, as if they're actually on fire, essentially.
Okay, so we said that it's a bonus action to drink a potion, right?
Your first potion on a turn, yes.
Yeah, just
Or
just
in a
first.
combat, yes. Yeah.
In a combat, yeah. So I'll drink that potion that I have.
Okay.
Well, how does the thing in front of me look?
The one that just hit you looks quite healthy still. It's
Okay, then
the other
yeah,
one
then
next
I'll-
to Jean-Jacques. That's very
I'll
damaged.
drink a potion, and that you said it's 48 plus 4, right?
No, I said 8d4 plus 8.
Roll 8d4.
The 48 plus 4 was what Kyrillos was doing.
Yeah. 8d4 plus 8. I'll just roll it here, it's easier.
Okay.
Okay, it's 30 health.
Nice. Then you chug a healing potion, not chug.
Yeah, I'll get 30 health back,
Yep.
and now I'm much healthier. I will shoot the one at Jean-Jacques again, to try and kill it, because it still is my prey. And that's 9 plus not that much, I think. Yeah, no. That's 13.
13.
With the sharpshooter. Yeah, with the
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, I'll shoot one more time then.
Did you roll your d4
Why?
for the emboldening bond, or is that just saves?
I've not tried it once, and
Um,
it is for this as
it's
well.
one
Yeah.
per turn.
Yeah, but it's like a bless, right?
Attack
You can
roll,
add
ability
it.
check, or a saving throw.
Yeah. So yeah, you can add the d4.
Okay, I'll try. That's a 4. That's 13 plus 4, 17.
17 hits, just barely. Well done.
Thank you for reminding me. I wouldn't have
welcome.
remembered it.
Nicola,
at
I'll
all.
give you inspiration for that. That's
Oh,
very
thank you.
helpful.
So that is again the 8 d6, 14. That's 4 and 14, 18 damage.
Total with your sharpshooter?
Yeah, 18. Well, it's d8 and d6, and that was a 4 in total from.
Oh
those
my
two.
god, it has 1 hit point. One hit point.
That's okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's been this whole
yeah,
combat for me, so it's fine.
It just sloshes off more of its body, some of it falling onto your boots, Jean-Jacques. But it barely remains hovering. Go ahead.
Close your mouth. Another one incoming. And I'll just shoot it again, and this time without the sharpshooter,
Okay.
because I don't need to. And yeah, that's 28.
That'll hit.
Yeah. And so I don't need to roll damage, but here you go.
If you
It's 8.
Okay. So yeah, the second Arcanophage, just kind of the remaining parts that solidify and turn to some kind of like ivory or some kind of metal maybe, clatter to the ground, but the rest of it just sloshes into a pool of nothing, and you have slain another one.
Yeah. And I'll move back into its range.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Well, I see behind me that Tani is bleeding and holding the potted
Yes.
Myra. I mean,
Okay. Then we come to Jean-Jacques.
So, let me just. That's 10, Kevin, on what you've sent me.
Okay. You feel slightly uncomfortable. You don't know why.
Okay. Well, ignoring discomfort as is my nature, I moved down well away from the thing, hopefully. And then I put my hand up, and the arcane circle appears, and it turns a bright fiery red, and I'll use a 3rd level spell slot to cast Chromatic Orb, but I will change the spell type to fire, because
Nice.
it's still burning with that same fiery
It
energy,
is,
right?
yes.
And I'll change it to... Well, please. This is incredible. This is fucking... I'll use my inspiration immediately because I rolled a 2.
It's up to you.
What the fuck? Okay, 20 total.
20 hits.
Okay, Jesus fucking Christ. This is a return to our old campaign where I just used to roll shit all the time.
Like we would just like get halfway into a combat and just nobody was hitting anything. Like really dangerous people all together and just like, nah, we're just not hitting each other.
Okay, so that's a 10 plus another 10, so 20 points of fire damage.
That's what you rolled, 20, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so as it envelops the creature, you watch as the flames inside actually seem to kind of roar to life, as if to greet it. And as it dies down again, it sloshes off an enormous amount of the stuff as you deal 40 points of fire damage to it.
Nice.
And I'll just stay here where I am.
Okay. Then we come to its
Bring
turn.
the tentacles, yeah. Here.
Its turn. It kind of hovers, and it's going to attack Barnack once and Tani once. Barnack is the golden die. That's a 27 to hit Barnack, and a 16 to hit Tani. Does a 16 hit you, Tani?
It does.
Okay. Damage against Barnack first is that is 17 points of damage.
Good thing I healed up.
17 points of bludgeoning damage, and against Tani it is 13 points of bludgeoning damage as it smacks both of you once. Yeah, not having the intelligence to understand the situation that it's probably beat, it will continue to cycle through, but does no more than that. Myra, sway in the breeze. Yeah, okay. Your little baby Groot, but Myra instead. Tani, it's your turn. You're still holding Myra with one arm, I believe.
Okay. I'll turn around quickly and put Myra carefully on the ground.
Okay.
Can I?
Sure.
And then I'll go closer to this one and maybe over here rather, and attack.
All right, go for it. 20 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Nice.
Then I have another one, right?
Yes, you have another one and your bonus action.
Ooh.
That will definitely hit. She's taking all of our good rolls. That's what's happening.
And
Yeah,
it's a
I
roll
think so,
too.
yeah.
I'm not embellishing anything.
I've had to use so many like different things in order to just roll semi-okay from time to time.
Okay.
And then one more for bonus action?
Yeah. Unless you have a key point, then you could double attack on bonus action. Alright, yeah, that hits again. Okay. So Tani is just pummeling this material that, again, turns kind of solid as you interact with it. And then every time that you actually hit it and it turns solid, you crack the surface more each time. And then sometimes parts of it crumble off, sometimes parts of it drip off after your strike is passed. But it's definitely leaving an impact. You still have a bit of movement if you want to move more around it. But other than that, I think that's your turn.
I'll stay in front of Myra.
Okay. Let's see the colors as we get to Barnack's turn. Once again, actually, the fire dissipates slightly at least, and this kind of sound wave begins traveling through its body. And for the other one, it just gets a slight blue glow, like a blue hue to it instead. That reminds you of force damage. So force and thunder this round. Barnack, it's your turn.
I will spit at it and go away so it hits
Okay.
me.
Let's see. That is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Myra, rather Chansey, I think your microphone is not picking up because I saw.
Aha! I was muted.
Ah,
Yeah.
Aha! I'm gonna use my reaction to take the hit.
okay. Very good hit to take. So as as you run away, a potted plant teleports in the way of a tentacle strike in mid-air because it's not hitting you on the ground. Mara, you take that is 12 points of bludgeoning damage from the strike, so 1 carries over to your actual form, and then you suddenly stand there again, your feet on the ground.
Now, Kevin, please, just, a potted plant has the mass of a potted plant. So I would imagine if a giant tentacle would slam a potted plant, it would punt it like a baseball bat.
No.
It might have.
Visual of it.
It might have, but unfortunately the transformation resets her momentum. So
damn it.
there's my my canon explanation, but
Okay.
it might have really done some damage if indeed your potted plant form had not broken. So yeah, Myra, you're on your feet. Barnak, you arrive and then you turn around and you see Myra standing there suddenly.
And yeah, I'll turn around and shoot twice at the thing
Nice.
now next to Myra's basically ears.
Sharpshooter or not?
I'll use sharpshooter for both of them.
Okay, good luck.
Yeah, let's do 2 natural ones, please. And then I just quit.
No quitting.
Turn it off. Everything.
Okay, that's better. That's 14 and 15, and in total that is +4. So 18 and 19.
Both hit. This could very well be it.
Let's hope. I'll just immediately roll all the dice. So
And by the
that
way,
is-
yeah, go ahead and roll your dice. But by the way, as this combat has been progressing, very slowly you start to watch as the light from the center of the chamber is expanding slowly. It's slowly gaining power and luminescence once more.
So that's 28 plus 28 plus, those are the same rolls. So 8 and 8 is 16, and 28 is 46. Fine.
44.
Right?
28 and 16, 44.
44. Yeah. 44.
Okay, yeah. Okay, not quite there yet, but very close. So both arrows strike true, probably whizzing right past Myra's ear, which may still be slightly uncomfortable since you know Barnak only for a short time. You know he's very skilled, but it's not something you're super used to. But they strike true, and both of them pierce where probably eyes would be. So you actually give the creature temporarily these weird arrow eyes as the fletching just sticks out slightly before it starts to droop through the body and fall out with more of this
Much more beautiful now.
gelatinous stuff that clutches to the ground. Alright, that is Barnak's turn. Jean-Jacques.
Okay, I will extend my hand one more time, and this time I'm gonna use a second level spell slot to cast Chromatic Orb, and this time I'll just do Thunder because that's only. I don't have to change
So the cool
anything,
thing is that as you summon it and you begin to throw the chromatic orb, rather than a physical orb, it just becomes a moving wave of sound that just like an audio cannon suddenly shooting forward and rippling through its body.
Nice.
If it
Just yell,
hits.
Kamehameha!
It's ancient
Is that
Elvish,
29
right?
to hit? Yes,
That hits.
exactly. Ancient Elvish.
My mind immediately went to Hadouken.
Oh boy. 13 plus 3. 16 points of damage.
Okay, so
Or 32, I guess.
as it goes through, the creature immediately begins to fall apart. The heavier parts that shape as it dies fall to the ground, kind of clutching around Myra's feet. The ooze parts get splattered straight into Myra's face. As your sound wave pushes through it and just all the soft parts get pushed onto Myra, so you have the effect of literally, like from a ghost move or a Ghostbusters, like, and you see it completely covered in this see-through gelatinous ooze garbage. But you have defeated it, and with all 3 of them dead, the glow in the room begins to intensify quite swiftly. You have a little time here, maybe a minute or 2, before it starts to envelop the whole room, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Jean-Jacques survived it as well, but it may have adverse effects. You don't know.
I'll just pick up my coin as one thing as I'm moving my way to the group,
Okay.
and then you mentioned that some of these crystals shattered because of my.
Yeah, so in the area roughly where you've had most of this combat, the crystals
Yeah.
and the night sail have been destroyed, but the crystals around the side of the chamber and also the night sail flowers that are growing on the pipes are still very much intact.
Yeah. All right. I'll just say to everybody as I'm moving towards them and picking up loose pieces of crystal that were blown. I'll just say to them, I think we should get out before the light spreads any further. It's quite intense. Just on your way out, please pick up as many crystals and knot sails as you can. And that's it.
Okay.
All right, just another thing. How did they get in? And I'll try to look for a crack in the tower or something, like in the wall or somewhere to see where they could
Okay.
have gone in.
Go ahead and make a perception check. And Jean-Jacques, you saw the
18.
message I sent you on Discord about your coin?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
18.
You do not see any explicit cracks, but from the way, like, from the nature of these creatures, they have an intimate relationship with magic that probably defies some of the logic that applies to you and to average occupants of the tower and of the world at large. So there's a likelihood that they got in a way that, you know, you can't physically see, but that still allowed them entry into the tower.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't see anything then. Yeah, crystals and flowers.
Okay. So on your way out, you guys begin to gather these things, and as the light expands, you hear almost like a machine booting up. It's drawing in more and more of this light into the veins of the tower through these pipes, and they even get their own glow, like basically where the light itself hasn't quite spread yet. You see that the pipes themselves also begin to glow, and you deduce it's probably time to go. I will, for the next session, because this is essentially where we're probably going to end it soon, but for the next session I will quickly do some rolls and tell you exactly what you've gathered and how much. So please remind me of that as well if I don't tell you outright at the start of the next session. But I will make sure to give you those supplies. And you guys arrive back in the main chamber. Kiralos is still standing next to the teleportation circle, and you see as one by one each of the teleportation pads around the room begins to light up, and Felix comes flying over, and you just hear him purring slightly approvingly, you think, and he says, "Impressive, very well done. I suppose we should talk." And that's where we'll call it and pick it up next time.
I will
Nice.
say, Myra does not gather any of the crystals.
Okay, good to know, good to know. So let me make a note of that.
Damn you, Myra. Party pooper.
What about the flowers?
Nope, doesn't gather anything. Kind of just
Okay.
wipes off her face and heads towards the teleportation circle.
I'll stealthily take a flower and find
All
a
right.
piece
Well-
of your armor where you don't have a flower. Just,
Well, let's see if Myra allows that next time.
I'll probably die. Yeah, I'll probably die. But
All right. Well, in the meantime, I want to thank you guys, especially you, Simon, but everyone else also for watching, for hanging out with us. It's been a lot of fun, and we will see you possibly next week, maybe the week after, because Milosh, you can't play next week, correct?
I'm not here.
Yeah,
next
so
week.
I'll have a think on if we're actually playing next week. Otherwise, it will be 2 weeks from now. But regardless, you'll hear from us, and we appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.